Off to church we go, off to church we go. So yeah, off to church we go. And we were supposed to go to the main building, our FK building, next week. But because of a power outage at the place where we meet, we are now going to be going back to our old room a week early. And so that will be fun and be back in that old room.
One of my teachers there in Korea, she was about 50 years old. As she was teaching, she collapsed and died right there on the spot. Can you imagine all the students? But it was pretty freaky. But anyone who hears that story, especially the family, would say, "Man, that's a tragedy. That's crazy. That's sorrowful. That's painful." Even if I just told you, like right now, like, can you imagine their son feeling? Can you imagine the husband, how he's feeling? Can you imagine the amount of just sorrowfulness that they're going through as a family? Not even being able to say bye for the last time, but just suddenly she was teaching and just fell. I think what happened was there was a brain hemorrhage or something that occurred in her brain, and but she died instantly. Well, here's the story. The reason why I read that story about how God is so good according to His purpose is, as for us, when we hear these stories, where maybe some of you might be going through some things in your life that you just can't explain why, but just keep in mind that the more we are patient, the more we are faithful, the more we are trusting, that sooner or later down the road, you will see why God allowed these things to happen. And you will see why and how good our God is, if you're just patient and willing to sacrifice and to hold on and to seek God. Because what happened is, this teacher, she was a Caucasian, teaching in Korea. She made headlines across Korea. She made the news, she made the newspapers, it's on the internet, it's all over Korea, that this one white lady became the first foreigner in Korea to ever donate her organs to the Koreans. Because of her act of donating her organs, 3 Korean people were saved. Not only were 3 people saved, there were 5 people in the school that became Christians because of the testimony. Now, if that doesn't touch your heart, I don't know what will, but for me, that's a tremendous amount of, wow, what a testimony. That even in the midst of this tragedy, even in the midst of this sorrowfulness, God can still make things for the greater. And the husband had a chance to talk, and he was saying, I know it's a sad time for our family, but the things that we see, the outcome, and the doors that are being opened in Korea, because we know that Korean people are reserved. The way, and we know that all the stories that we hear in Korea about suicides and things like that. But because of this one incident, it might be an open door for a lot of greater things. And the husband was just saying, I praise God. Man, it was an amazing testimony. So I just wanted to share that with you this morning. Manassas, they just opened CC's. They opened CC's, so Adelaide, Tuville, myself, we went to CC's, right? The first opening day, and then, man, my son ate like 10 pieces of pizza. And we were like just chowing down, right? And I just want to tell you that I share this story because there's a moral behind it, okay? After we ate CC's, I had cash. I had like $100, and I paid with cash before I left. And then, so when CC's, you got to pay first. So we went there, and then I paid with cash, and then she gave me all the money and the receipt, and I just put it in my pocket. And we had our food, and we were just having a good time, me and my kids. And then afterwards, we got in the car, and I was driving home, and my kids were like, I want candy, I want all this stuff. I was like, you just ate pizza. I was like, I want candy. I said, okay. So I reached in my pocket to see how much money was left over. See, you should always check your money, like, after you buy something. I never do that. I always just take money and I put it in my pocket, And then I looked at it. I gave her a $100 bill, right? I look at it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have $120 back. The lady gave me $40 extra. I was supposed to get $86 back, but she gave me 2 20s more than expected, right? And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, oh. oh, $20. I was like, $40 extra. I said, I could buy you candy. And I was like, I tell you, it was very tempting, very tempting. And I said, guys, we're turning around. So we turned around, and my son and my daughter were like, where are we going? He said, we're going back to Cece. Tiffany was like, I'm full. We're not going back there for food. And I went back there, and then I went inside, and there's the manager, because it's just open. So all the managers and everybody was there, and I said, I need to talk to the manager, and the manager came out and said, so here's $40. You actually gave me $40 more than what I paid for. And the manager just totally in stun was like, he had no words. He was like, wow. He was like, I wish more people were like you, And I thought to myself, yeah, that's not so big either, right? And then we were just kind of joking around, and he was like, here you go. He gave me 2 free, free buffet dinners with drinks. Basically they're worth for 10 people. So 5. And if you calculate it, actually it was like $60 value. So I actually end up making money. I'm sorry, I already used 5 of it already. I have 5 extra more. So anyways, I thought it was some encouragement words to you guys. And it's always good to do something right. It's always good to do something good. Even though you might be faced with that temptation to keep it, do what's right, and you will be rewarded.
What Mariah Carey song should I do?
I don't know any Mariah Carey.
Can't sleep at night. Only one on my mind. But when I'm on the radio, singing to me. If you think you're on me now. Shut up.
Wow.
Oh wait, I want another balloon.
No more balloon. You're gonna ruin your brain cells, Esther.
Esther, you want to stay in college?
Okay, so we're like waiting for Peter to come in. We're gonna shout happy birthday when he comes in. Guys! Happy birthday! Woo!
The box!
Again.
Can you be honest? You knew this was coming, right?
My lunch too good, man.
Well, so Peter, you want to hang out at Andrew's house? Not that I'm there or anything, but
No, the giveaway earlier
what's Matt?
was everyone staying around too long.
Oh, shoot.
People normally don't stay that long from Sunday church.
Well, after Matt said to you, hey,
Yeah,
dinner.
he dropped the dinner line.
Yeah, I was about to.
And then Andrew and David were shoveling the driveway, which they never do.
We were actually doing that for real.
We're actually doing that. We're actually
They
doing
never
that.
shoveled the
Because
driveway.
Andrew's trying to get it, and he's like,
Yeah, you should have seen me. I was like grabbing the car, like, oh no,
Check it out. See, the best part was
just his car.
someone took my parking spot. Joke here.
How do you know it's yours?
Okay, your car is pretty much
It's right in front of the house. I'm like, why is Joe here? Ooh, I like this.
Oh, thank you. It took me like 3 hours, dude.
Dude. After basketball. Was it before or after basketball?
I like to take credit for things, all things.
And another compliment.
Yes!
Oh, so these are
Thank
double
you.
letters. So like,
Root beer.
Oh, man.
What?
Cream soda.
Oh, cream soda. I forgot, you're not a root beer guy.
8 points. But if you put any triple letters, that's 12 points. But if you put anything
be black.
double word or triple
First sip?
I'll be fine.
that's not like everything combined.
You hurt your back, Peter?
Yeah, I'm an old man now.
Yeah, you are.
But when you, let's say if you do something like
Not as old as me. At least not yet. Very nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna